Hello G Nation, it's your host G, and we got a brand new preview. This time it is Kevin Nash Hall of Fame. He's a trickster. If we have a look at his trainer card, at 26,000 it is technician only. Reduce opponent submission turn by 10. Submission turn can be reduced below 1. So it is basically making any submission one turn, or almost any. He has links with the other Hall of Fame. Now he will have both gear, because again I didn't really pay attention and I just grabbed the gear and forgot that I can't not equip them, so we're gonna have them all along. One gear, the first one makes it so that cross break gem do 25% more damage, and the other one makes it so that all color moves start with 3 more MP. Now the first moveset we're gonna have a look at is going to be the Jackknife Powerbomb. 10 MP purple move finisher, deals 301k damage and force your opponent to skip their turn for 3 turns. The Pendulum Backbreaker, 8 MP red move, deal 148.7k damage and choose a 1x7 area to make into trap gems. If broken by you, make 7 random gems into crossbreak gems. If broken by your opponent, deals 459.7k damage and steal up to 10 MP from each of your opponent's red move. The Sidewalk Slam is going to be an 8 MP red move, deal 146.8k damage and make 7 trap gems into purple gems. Now, this is going to be pretty damn good, I think. Might not be the fastest though, but basically, well, first the opponent is never going to break any gem because I'm going to be breaking them myself, all of them. So that's going to fill my purple no problem. I might have an issue with my red, depending how many red gems there will be on the board, because this is effectively going to make 7 gems that are going to make 7 random into crossbreak. So we're going to be making 49 crossbreaks. So the entire board is going to be crossbreaks. We're probably not even going to see the crossbreak because they're probably going to break right away. Now the trainers we're going to be using, well, we're going to be using Butch so that we start with 4 more reds. We're going to be using Jeff Hardy. I don't care about making 3 more crossbreak. I do care about crossbreak making 50% more damage, because again the entire board is going to be crossbreak. So I'd rather use him than, let's say, Rick. That would add, Slick Rick would add 20%. I'd rather get 50%. I'm putting Santa Hogan just so that all gem do 3,450 more. Don't care about the extra MP. And I'm using Motu Andre so that crossbreaks do 75% more damage. So that's going to do a lot. Now, it might, is it 100 if he was higher? Let me double check that. I actually never checked. Yeah, it could be 100 if he was at 17k, which I'm pretty damn close, really. Can I make him 17k? I don't know. Well, I don't have a lot of black, so I'm not going to do it. I don't have a lot of black MP. Let's leave it like there, but you could get an extra 25%. Now, as far as the gems go, we're going to be using, those are Fury 1s. Those are not Fury 2. We're going to switch this one for a purple one, though. Do I have a purple? Yeah, I have one here. There you go, kind of forgot to do that. So those again are Fury 1s, they're not Fury 2. I have put the Aftershock plate. Again, this is just a safety measure if I have issue to get my red MP back. I do have the cushion of having 3 stun turns that he can't do anything to get my red back. But at least if I can't match a red or no red get destroyed, I can try and match some green, or if some green get destroyed with the others, that's going to give me some red. That should help guarantee that. Because anyway, I don't really need anything generated on the board because we're going to be destroying the entire board anyway. All right, let's try that and see if it's as good as I think it's going to be. All right, so I always try to connect it where, because it's all going to turn into purple, so I try to connect it with something that's going to break. And the reason for that is because the moment I break those purple, they're going to be generating the cross break, which are going to land on those purple. So it should break the entire board without me doing anything, really. And there you go. They all broke. 1.9 mil. Now he had one turn now, but he won't have a further turn. Because now he's going to get stunned for 3 turns. And I'll be able to stun him every turn. I'll add 3 turns every turn. Stunned. Gonna place it between 2 purples again. Gonna make them all purple. That's gonna regen my stun. Broke the entire board. Now the reason you actually saw the board break before you saw the generation of a cross gem is just the way the game handled the stack. If you play Magic, that's why I'm using stack. But yeah, if you played also China Hall of Fame, you probably figured that one out. Things actually resolved in the background without the animation happening yet. Let's add another 3 turn stun. Now he's got another 4 turn stunned. Put this between another set of purple. It is as effective as I thought it was going to be. And like I thought also, it's not necessarily the fastest. There you go. We're doing about 2 million every time we run it. Eventually his HP is going to be so low that he's not going to be able to get out of it. We're going to add more stun turns. Probably don't even need to use it every time since there's always a bunch of turns left. Now he's done for 5 turns. I don't have any 2 purple to get connected to, so I'm gonna put it here. Reason for that is that breaking those is gonna create a wild card. The wild card is gonna drop all the way on the bottom, connect with those 2 loot boxes that will be cross break, which means it's gonna break everything. There you go. This one he's probably not going to kick out because he doesn't have much health. And there you go. That is an easy win. It took what, like 4 turns, 3 turns, something like that? But he was stunned the whole time except the first turn. So very effective. I like that. Let's try something else. Okay, second moveset is going to be almost the exact same thing, except we're switching the move that makes the red move that was making the purples, and instead we're going to be using the big boot, which is 7 MP purple move, deal 132.6k damage, and choose 7 gems to make into red gems. Now we're going to be using the exact same trainers. Now that being said, that is because I do have the gear that has a 3 MP. If that was not the case, you might want to start with purple instead and work your way to the red. I mean, you got a couple options, plate. I mean, MP might be more of an issue if you don't have the gear. Without the gear, I definitely go with the first moveset we had a look at. But with the gear, this should definitely work as well. We're going to be using the smoke as a plate this time, since purple is the one we're not guaranteed to get. We're going to be using this so that we can break blues to get purple. Again, this is merely as a backup. Okay. Lay our trap here. Again, I'm putting it between 2 reds. I'm going to be turning them all into reds. cross break, broke the whole board. Should be very similar playstyle as the previous one. Now we're gonna stun him. Another set here. Oh, this one should definitely break because it's going to be connected to 2 reds there, plus the wild card is going to fall right below all those. There we go. $3.1 mil. He's still stunned for 2 turns. We're going to add 3 turns to that. I'm going to put it here. I don't have anything guaranteeing me that is gonna break, so I'll make one myself. Right here. Another 2 mil. Still stun 3 turns. Let's add another 3 turn. Go. Break those, and this should be the end of it. And there you go. So pretty similar result for sure. Alright, let's have a look at something else. Alright, other moveset for Kevin Nash is we're going to be using instead the Choke Slam, which is an 8 MP red move. Deal 160.8k damage plus 25.3k bonus damage for every cross break gem. The other 2 moves are going to be the same we use, the Pendulum Backbreaker and the Jackknife Firebomb. Trainers, we're going to keep Butch with Jeff, Andre, and Santa Hogan, so the same thing. We are going to change, however, the skill plate for the Aftershock just so we get an extra way to get some red and get that going again. Not too convinced on that one. While we are going to get the bonus damage based on the Crossbreak gem, we're not going to have it as reliable to do it every single time. Well, maybe we will, but it's not a guaranteed every single time like the other 2. So we get extra damage, less reliability, and I'm not even sure it's actually going to be extra damage because to get basically your cross-break gem bonus, we kind of need to have cross-break gem remain on the board. And as you've seen in the previous one, when it goes off, and everything is gone and they don't actually stay there. So that means I need to break a small amount of trap, not all the traps, so that I have some cross break that show up so I can use it. So not too sure on that one. We'll see how it turns out. Oh shit, I'm on autoplay. Right, couldn't pick where it landed, but it's not too bad. That didn't turn out too good. I mean, it's still 1.6 million, but it didn't achieve what I wanted. Alright, so now I got everything ready, but I'm gonna play safe and I'm gonna put out the stun. I don't really have a good spot for where I'm gonna put my traps because I don't really have anything that is vertical. All my matches are horizontal. That's not gonna be too good. Put it here. And we did get a few, but it's really not gonna do much. If I use it now. Yeah, I barely did anything. Alright, let's blow out stuff. We'll try that again. Pretty much everything I thought this was gonna be, given that my first turn was a bit screwed up because of the other play. Let's put the stun again so we can have this last longer. Now I do have a vertical match here, so that's gonna help. If it stays. Alright, it did. I could break it like that, or I could break it swapping in the blues and have this drop. The reason I'm not going to do it is because if you remember, everything ends up on the stack. So when I break those, it's going to generate some cross break. If it happened that some of those cross break fall on those blue, everything would go off and I wouldn't get anything because I would just blow off the whole board. I don't want to have too many matches. Perfect, that worked out. We got a good amount of gem, but I mean, it's doing like 63k, so even if I have like 30 of them, it would do like 1.8 mil. Like right now he's at 5. We're gonna use it. Did 1.3 mil. That ain't bad. Okay. Lower everything out. $1.8 mil. Refilled everything. Now we did not break enough red to refill our red, but we did break some green, and with our plate the green gave us red. We're gonna put again the stun, always to be safe that he never gets a turn. This might be enough because he doesn't have a lot of health left. And that worked. I mean, obviously it works. As you see, I never lost HP. He never got to do much apart from his first turn. It definitely works out. Seems a bit longer. Might not be, but it feels longer. Definitely not as reliable as the other ones though. Well, I guess it's still reliable because he's still going to be stunned the whole time, so you're still going to win anyway. But it feels less reliable, if you understand what I mean. Alright, let's try something else. Alright, different thing we're going to try with Nash this time. We're going to be using the other moves. It is the corner foot choke, 4 MP green move, deal 124.8k damage and modify a 7x7 random area into Sans Gem, so basically the whole board. The Snake Eyes, 4 MP green move, deal 121.7k damage and choose 2 gems to make into 2-turn Juggernaut Gem. That will increase your purple MP by 5 on every countdown turn and make 20 Sans Gem into green gems at the end of the countdown. And the short arm clothesline, 6 MP purple move, deal 127k damage and increase your green gem damage by 175% for 2 turns. Does not affect a bonus damage. Now trainers we're going to be using for that. Now if you do not have the gear, the second gear that is, because the first gear doesn't do anything for this, the second gear adds 3 MP, which means we don't need an MP trainer. If you have the Tour perks, that does it too, so you don't need any MP or the second gear for this if you have the Tour perks. Obviously in a feud setting you would need that second gear, or you would need to sacrifice one of those green trainer that had 35% more damage for an MP trainer, which honestly is not a big deal at all because we're going to be dealing with extra huge percentage of added damage. 35% really ain't make or break this at all. So definitely not a required gear, I'd say. So in this case, we're going to go with double green gem damage trainers. We're also putting Santa Ogun. I don't care about the extra MP. It's all about the 3450 more damage. And I'm putting also Acro Ogun that I just got this Halloween for Sans Gem, do 40% more damage. He is not maxed. If he was higher, it would be 50% instead of 40. Obviously, if you don't have Ogun, you could try and go with, well, Zombie Ray is an option because, yeah, he would add 3 more green generated, although I would personally rather go with one of the multiple green damage guys, like someone like Lacey Evans Showboat that adds 20% green gem damage. That would be a great option. Right, so we're going to try that out. The downside of this is that it's basically going to take 2 turns for everything to go off, which means we're going to be vulnerable during that period. And I want to try later the option with, instead of the purple move that make this, maybe use the stun move, although we're still going to be hit once. But anyway, we'll see how this one goes and we'll see if we need to try the other one. Now I did switch also the skill plate for the Uso cap, which is whenever you make 8 or more silence gem, which we are, increase your green gem damage by 150% for 3 turns. That's going to be a pretty massive upgrade. We're going to get 150% damage from that. We're going to get 175% from the short arm clothesline, and that lasts 2 turns, and we're probably going to be able to get it off twice as well. So there should be some big percentages there. Alright, let's try that. Alright, let's do this. I do want to use the silence move before the Juggernaut, because if you use the Juggernaut first, the silence gem are going to override it, because you're making the whole board into silence gem. Make sure to use that one. Okay, now we're going to put the Juggernauts. Now, if you add a green match, that could have been a good match to do, because then you could have put another set of Juggernaut to help you out in case you lose those. In this case, we don't have that. You don't really need to go for the purples, because you're going to get your purple with those Juggernaut anyway. So in this case, you want to go for his primary colors. I don't have any red match that I'm seeing for him, so there's no need to go for that. So we're going to go for a black so he doesn't get those. Unfortunately, now he's going to get red. That didn't work out great. Oh, we got our purple. Now here's the thing. If he pins us on his turn, we're kind of screwed. I'm going to try and go for an extra turn here. We got lucky. Now he's going to go off. 20 gems times 2. I don't think we had 40. Alright, 5.3 mil. That's a pretty good pin. And we got the pin to stick. That worked out pretty good. Now let's try the same, but instead of the purple move that boosts the gem damage, we're going to go the safer route and use the purple move that adds the stun. Let's try that. Alright, last moveset we're going to have a look at for Nash. Going to be using the exact same thing, except we're switching the damage increasing move with the Jackknife Firebomb. That was the 10 MP purple move finisher, deals 301k damage and force your opponent to skip their turn for 3 turns. Same setup for the trainers. Now you could instead try to go an even safer way, although it is a bit of a stretch, it would be by using, instead of one of the two gem increasing trainers, you could use a MP trainer, in this case Woods, to add purple move, although if you kind of need to have both the tour perks that add plus 3 MP and the gear that adds plus 3 MP, so that your 10 MP move would be ready turn 1. And that would be only in tours. If you were in feud, you would need to sacrifice the second 35% trainer to put another 2 MP trainer to get your 10 MP for that move to be ready on the first turn. Now you don't need any MP trainer for the second turn, because we're going to have 2 Juggernaut that are going to give us 5 MP each. So it's not a big deal to get it on the second turn. At 6 star, you should be able to survive your first turn against your enemy. Very few characters can really, especially played by the AI, very few of them can kill you on the first turn. So you should be able to survive the first turn, then on the second you lay down that sub, and you should be good from now on, because you're going to be able to sub him every turn, should this even last more than 2-3 turns really. We're going to try that out. Not sure it's useful, but we'll try it. Alright, and then again, lay your science gems. Sorry. Now we're going to put our Juggernauts. Now again, I don't have any greens. Now I don't want to take out those blacks that he's probably going to go for. The reason for that is if I do that, well, I'm going to have... I guess I could, because this... Yeah, let's do that. Ah, of course it drops 3 red. Really. Now he has red, but now I refilled my purple, so it doesn't really matter that he has reds, because now he doesn't have turns. He's going to be stunned for 3. He's going to get out of that. I'm not risking getting pinned. And now mine are going to go off. Are probably not going to hit as hard because we don't have the extra boost, but they should still do a decent amount. Okay, 195. That is a lot less than we did. But he's stunned, so he can't do anything. So we're going to lay down more silence gems. Put more of those. Doesn't really matter what I get. He's still stunned anyway. Now we're getting more purples. My stun move's ready again. We're going to use it. Now they're going to go off. .21. It's definitely taking a lot longer. And he's out. With the previous way, you didn't have the safety of the stun, so you were risking getting pinned and your Juggernaut. That's the thing with Juggernaut. Like, if they go off when you're pinned, it screws your whole game, really. So that's a risk that's happening, although it pretty much only needs to go off once for it to work. This, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to get it, but it might take you 2 or even 3 times. Well, definitely not going to take 1. It's going to take at least 2, maybe 3 times. So I think pretty good character overall. Of course, you got multiple setup that are guaranteed stun luck wins. That's always great. Not OP by any stretch, I would definitely say. The gear definitely not making that big of a difference. Neither is the 25% for countdown on the first few sets or the extra MP on the other. I mean, sure, it's nice, but I'd say definitely not a big deal. Like the gear for X-Pac, for example, does a lot of a bigger impact than his gear does. And X-Pac, one of them is easy to get, the other not so much. But the first one, easy to get just doing the town. Now, this one, don't even know how you're going to get the gear. But yeah, and you also got to account that he pretty much shines at 6-star. Now, he's probably going to do well at 5-star too. But it's going to be pretty damn hard to get those tokens. So I'm assuming there's probably going to be better character than these that are going to be coming down the line. And it's probably going to be like the original Hall of Fame. Tokens were pretty hard to get earlier, so you had to pretty much pick who you're going to level because you can't level much of them. So this is probably going to be the same. Down the line, they're probably going to be a lot more easier to get, like the regular Hall of Fame are right now. So yeah, I mean, pretty damn good character. Gonna be worth the resources? Yeah, on some roster probably, on deep roster probably not. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you're not already a sub, make sure to do so to be kept aware when you post new stuff. If you have any questions, ask them. And if you like the video, leave a like and share. See you guys. Gia. Ciao.